Between love and hate, it's a welcome to the live. Welcome to the live, y'all. It's been a minute since I've done this. How y'all doing? I thought I better come on so I can catch up with my people in these skits. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live, y'all. I'm trying to massage my head. Ooh, I had it up in that ponytail, just stepped out of the shower, and I was like, let me get on the live and talk with my people in the country Wayne SkitLanta world. And I also want to address someone too on my live today. Um, doesn't have absolutely nothing to do with country Wayne skits, but it's someone that has been heavy on my heart, and I've actually been on a couple of her lives, just sitting back listening to some of her content. I made a couple of comments in her comment section, um, and I just want her to, I want to kind of just mention her and offer support to her because she's really going through it right now. Um, and y'all, some of y'all might know who she is, but I'm gonna save that to the end of this live. Um, Anthony, I think you meant Anthony and Shayla. Anthony and Shayla's getting back together soon. I've been saying that. Yes, you have, Clarence. If nobody else have been saying that Anthony and Shayla's going to end up back together, it has been you, nonstop. You have you have solidified uh, that statement about them getting back together. And Anthony has made it quite clear he is in love with Shay Shay. With, how y'all call her Shay Ho? Yeah, Shay Ho, Shay Shay, Miss Delulu, as I call her, part of the uh, Bestie Delusional crew. She number one, and that guy darn Deliciago is number two. Ooh, they getting on my nerves with that. Yeah, and I seen the skit tonight where they was Shayla was trying to vibe with Armand, and he was trying to talk her out of doing it. And right before she walked out the door, Deliciago and Armand was sitting up there blowing kisses with smoke. I almost threw up. I was like, oh my god, it looked ugh. They kisses just seem so nasty. It's something about when they them two kiss it just it irks me. Thank you so much, Evelyn. Thank you for saying you like my earrings. Thank you. Shayla doesn't need to be spoken. She sure don't, because baby, Amber already trying to take Kai from her. So I mean, and that's her main number one reason right there, because Shayla around there getting high, and she's smoking the weed around her kid, well, around Kai, and she's an unfit mother as far as Amber is concerned when it comes to that. So yeah, she needs to stop. Hey, Dante, how you doing? Right. They all three need to go to the nearest clinic ASAP. It's just when they kiss, it's just like ugh. It just seems nasty. I watched your your live. I had to do the review, the playback on it, but I watched your live, and I watched the live with all four of you, Mrs. Auntie Riri, you, O'Neill, and Noni Sis. Noni Sis, congratulations. Let me say that. Congratulations to your channel. Wayne and Samira are cute together. Yes, they are. And y'all want to talk about that too. How Wayne is taking her to his family. He's trying to make a point to y'all. Is what he's trying to do, because everybody's trying to say that it ain't real, and he really don't love Tamara because they keep throwing that skank Lauren all up into their relationship. Because Lauren's going to make sure she try to seduce Wayne at all options. But here's the thing: Wayne need to stop putting himself in that situation. If you so Mrs. Tamara, by the way, that's my real name, y'all. SkitLanta to y'all, but my name is Tamara. If he's so in love with her, then he needs to make it clear and don't be playing these little games. Cause grandmama, you heard what grandmama told Tamara: run, run. Put on your running shoes and book it up out of there. Cause he ain't finna settle down with a woman. He tell all these women that. Hey Bradley, long time no hear from. Write my number down. I would not be surprised. Piari friend take wrong for her. I hope they're not gonna go there, but you know how they do everything in threes. I don't know if y'all are true Wayne fans, but he believe in the number three. So when he writes his skits, you'll see that a lot of skits kind of have the same thing going on. It normally be about three things that are happening the same way. You say you barely can hear me. Let me turn up. I don't know. I have my headsets on. Maybe they're so the only thing to cover that is my hair. Unless I pick my hair up. I can't move that out the way. Uh this hair of mine. Um just give me a chance. Okay, Bradley. um yeah, I don't know about that because I think the friend just she blurted out with what Piari was telling her. So now Ron know that she around there talking about her business, but he talked about his business to his boy. But here's the thing: she wasn't supposed to say all that. She coming off hot, hot and heated right off the bat with him. And homeboy politely put them out his. Didn't you say I was leaving like in 5 minutes? No, I said 30. No, 5. Yeah, go ahead and have y'all fun in y'all car. Basically, get y'all behind at my house because I ain't got time for this. Ron is a special. I like Ron and I love Ron and PR together. I think they need to give this relationship a chance. But he's the type that don't play the radio at all. Um, he kind of weird acting, but he really don't be playing the radio. Can you hear me now, user SK3BP1PP2T? Did you hear me? Hopefully you can hear me. Um, hey, Santa Nixon, how you doing? Thank you for joining the live. Thank you for joining the live. But yeah, we're gonna. I just heard my phone, my headset make a noise. I don't know if it done died or what. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Y'all hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Thumb up if you can hear me. Don't forget to hit that like button up to the top. But I'm trying to make sure y'all can hear me on here, or do I need to try to figure this out before I get too deep into this live? Thumbs up if y'all can hear me for the ones that are still on the live. If you can't hear me, thumbs down. Oh, see, I'm gonna ask how you saying thumbs down if you can't hear me though. I will not be surprised if our friends take wrong. I think I answered that. Yeah, so far as Piari friend, I think that she's just being overly protective of Piari. When it comes to this realtor woman. But hey y'all, Piari's not wrong with this woman. She basically told Ron herself that she was trying to let him know that she was interested. All while knowing this man got a whole woman. Like, so right there, I don't get it. Like, people want to go after other people's partner, but then want commitment when they're with you. But you was willing to cheat with or allow. So if you're willing to cheat with the person, then be ready to be cheated on. Okay. That's that whole Deliciago thing. She is working my absolute nerve. Thank you, Clarence. But Amber Anthony will get a divorce. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. But I just think The friend is just coming in just a little too hot because she's just being overprotective. I don't think she's. Ooh, hold on, y'all. I'm getting a dizzy spell when I'm talking to y'all. I don't think um she's going to try wrong. At least not right now. Add a question and answer sticker. Have a nickname. Try it. And something popped up. I'm trying to see what this is. They got all these new features with this YouTube now. Um, yeah. Ooh, boy, I was having a slight dizzy spell while I was talking to y'all. I have vertigo, so sometimes I get to where I feel like stuff is spinning. Um, yeah, but like I said, I don't think she's going to do that with Piari when it comes to Rome. But Rome needs to be careful because I mean the realtor lady was sitting there laughing and everything, knowing this woman, this man is with this woman, and she's hot and heated because you don't popped up over here. She don't know what's going on. Yeah, Piari should have listened to what he had to say, but at the same time, Ron is being a little stupid when it comes to this woman. But yeah. And then back to Wayne and Tamara, because I kind of cut off on that. He trying to prove to y'all that he really loves Tamara. This is for all this taking her to meet the family, going deep into the country as to why he's country Wayne. He's trying to let y'all know he is sincere about this woman because nobody is buying this. Nobody is buying this relationship when it comes to Wayne and Tamara. A lot of people are saying it feels forced. I myself, at first, I said that too. I was like, this whole relationship just seems off. But then he kind of won me over when he did the whole date, and he kind of went out. It went out his way for her. But Wayne leads with his money, and he does that with everything. He thinks, I guess, I can understand it to a certain extent because they were poor, they didn't have a lot, and so now that he has it, he's trying to share it or bring people see who you really are because there's a saying, once you if you really truly want to know how a person is, you know give them some money, give them enough of it, and you'll really understand who they really are because money brings out who you really are. Like a lot of people, they can hide and act like they one way, but when they got money, baby, them attitudes start changing. How they handle you start changing. Like, so if they're sincere and they're really the person that they are, even with a lot of money, it's just gonna be amplified. They're gonna be even more sincere, even more in tune to you. But if they're putting on a show like our girl Deliciago is, once they get that money, baby, that's why she could flip the way she flipped. When Armand was getting ready to, when he first went back to Shayla, her whole persona was like, um, snappy, hurt or whatever. But the minute she felt like she was back in they was back in their good graces with the foolishness that they're doing, the attitudes came back out. I think they are. I really do think that Wayne and Samira are going to get married on this show. Because I think he's trying to prove a point to the audience that he can be the man that y'all swear he's not. The faithful man. He's not just a flirt. Like I said, even grandmama told her to put on them shoes and run. And grandmama was not lying because grandmama hasn't been around him after the change with him and Tamara. So up until the point of him getting with Tamara and trying to change, everything grandmama was saying was 100%. Now, grandmama gonna have to things unchanged with him, although some things have remained the same, like his flirtatious ways, and that's where he's messing up with Lauren. He's allowing, he's being too flirtatious with her, and he needs to nip that mess in the bud. All that salsa dancing that they was doing, baby, salsa is a seductive dance, okay? Matter of factly, they did that whole dirty dancing thing all around the whole salsa tango and the Latin, that is a seductive dance all in itself. So the fact that you're sitting up there, la 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 bamba, all that, I mean, the fact that you're sitting up there doing that with her and spoiling her around, you ain't gonna be doing that in front of Tamara. So if you can't do it in front of Tamara, then you shouldn't be doing it outside of Tamara. In fact, you going over Amon's house knowing good and well that he is cheating on Shayla is putting you in the predicament where you're gonna look bad to Samira because you're keeping the secret for Amon. So she's gonna feel like if you're gonna do it for him, you're probably gonna do it with her. So that's where Wayne has to mature a little bit. Like he ain't there yet. Like he's for the foolery. Even though he keeps saying keep me out of it. No, bro, you all up in this because you're helping assist with the lies and the deceit when it comes to Amon with Shayla. And speaking on Amon with Shayla, where people are saying that Amon is um he really don't want to be with her. That's not true. Let me tell y'all something. He actually enjoys being with her. He likes what he got going on between him and Delicia and Shayla. He likes all that. He ain't trying to break away from Shayla. He ain't trying to break away smoothly with her. He's going to push the limit that Deliciaga allows him to push with Shayla because she's putting up with his foolishness, knowing that he's with her. That's why he keeps saying, I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose you. I want you to stay here with me in my foolery while I still be over here with Shayla because he cannot, just like Anthony, let her go. It's something about that girl that they all love. And whether it's just her sex or it's like you said, you must be a witch because you got me bewildered, you got me under your spell, you know. And she was like, well, if I'm a witch, then you a wizard. I'm like, y'all, they so corny. I was like, they are corny as crap. Okay. Hey Terry, how you doing? I actually had got a regular job. I haven't had a job in over 16 years. I got a regular job and I couldn't really find that balance. And then I just had some other family stuff that was going on that wouldn't allow me to come on here and record a lot and definitely not do the lives because I was recording some stuff that was happening with me. Um, I was displaced for a little bit. It's just a whole bunch of stuff was going on. So, but I'm back and I'm trying to get everything back together and it's crazy. I'm trying to make this thing work. But yeah, it's been a minute. Welcome to the live. Hey Terry, y'all. If y'all have not checked out Terry, please go look at his channel. He's great. He give you awesome YouTube tips. Um, yes, I'm trying to heal from the drama. I really am. Matter of factly, I said these skits. I swear, sometimes watching this stuff, it almost feels like some of that cast and crew been looking at my previous videos and kind of making spin-off stories based off of my stories because a lot of this stuff is real triggering to me when it comes to these country Wayne skits. It seems like they are literally reading my life and putting it in skits, but they're putting my life in skits throughout various different people. But yeah. and I've made so many videos that y'all can go back and look at these videos and see what I'm talking about. But these these skits to me are really triggering sometimes. And it'd be hard to kind of talk on it a little bit. But I'm glad I'm getting over that hill now. Things are starting to look better and brighter. Although I still be having little bumps here and there, you know, God got me and He carrying me through. But that got darn back on the stories. I really don't think Iman wants to let Shayla go. I think at one point he was going to doubt, you know, try to do it, but the fact when Delicia wouldn't stand up and let it come out when he really wanted it to come out, I think now he done got comfortable with this uh Three's Company type thing. I really do think he's probably gonna persuade Shayla to have what y'all call it, a poly relationship or a menage a trois in the bedroom because their whole relationship, including Deliciaga, is all surrounded by sex. That's it. You know, and y'all can act like Delicia is the woman that he loves and all this other stuff, and he doing this for her. All they doing is sleeping together. That's it. And she's so freaking caught up in this life with him, you know, the secret life with him. I think she is getting off on this, really, because she was like, he was on the phone talking to Shayla, and she was kissing him, and I don't know how Shayla ain't hearing this kissing. I mean, and then when he was talking to Shayla right before he dumped her inside the elevator, he didn't mute his phone, so Shayla should have heard all this. I'm like, I don't know, but I think like Deliciaga, she's getting she's getting her kicks off on this. That she's the other woman, and I honestly think like once this whole thing come out, I don't think she's going to be into Amon the way she's acting like she's into Amon now, because Deliciaga is she's all about money. She's all about what you can do for her. You know, he's a thrill to her right now. Just like how y'all was saying how Anthony was had a thrill with Shayla, and once it came out, the thrill was gone or whatever. But he sort of felt, but to me, he still loves her. I think what y'all thinking is going to be Amon. He ain't really gonna want her. I think it's gonna be Delicia's not really going to want him because she really wasn't into him like that. In SkitLanta, when I said Anthony and Shay is gonna get married down the line, no, I seen that. I said you've always said that. You always said that they were gonna get to be together. I don't. The whole marriage thing. I think if they allow these two to get back together, they're gonna have a lot of pissed off people. I know Wayne don't really care about what the viewers think because he done said it so many times. But that is going to piss off a lot of people. And I mean, them Amber fans out there, y'all know. I tell y'all, I'm not a Shayla fan. I'm not an Amber fan. I'm a right and wrong fan. Like whatever's right, I'm gonna go kudos, and I don't care who it is. I'm gonna say kudos to him. And whoever's wrong, I'm going to point it out in my perspective if I feel like it's wrong. I mean, but who am I? I'm not the be all of be alls when it comes to these skits. I'm just giving it to you how I feel, or how I see it based off of how they're presenting the story. I very seldomly like to give um, my take on it, on how I think things are gonna go, and if I do, I'll say, this is my hypothesis, this is my guess, or whatever. But I don't like doing that because I like to focus on how the skits are being played out, and I think that's where a lot of us kind of go off because y'all are thinking like we're writing the story, and although it seems that way from time to time because they do utilize a lot of stuff that the viewers be saying, but that's because I've always said this. um Wayne is going to show you both sides of the coin in every situation, so he's going to do both things, and that's why to me that's why these skits are so predictable. But in the end, he's going to still turn detour the story the way he wants it to go. Okay? So, like, let's take Amber and Anthony scenario. Amber went through this whole breakdown where everything. Hello, Carrie, how you doing? Amber went through this whole breakdown where everything was like crumbling. Her life was falling apart, and it seemed like she went through this for years, right? They showed you that side. Then they showed you where she was learning herself again and being able to trust. Then she took them back. The only thing they haven't showed you is the divorce, but we know it's all coming because the way they're building this thing up. So in a sense, they showed you every single scenario that could have actually happened when it came to this storyline. But in the end, Wayne is going to write it and play it out the way he wants to play it out. So if I know that's how we kind of have fun. We all give our insights on what we think or whatever. But sometimes I think the line gets blurred when people put their twist on things, and then it makes the story how they think the story is versus just looking at it for what it is. And I think that's where the whole twist and turns of these storylines come from, and all the how I want to say this, all the back and forth with the audience, where the audience be attacking the commentary, and when the commentary has to defend what they're saying. My bad, friend. Why are you saying my bad? Anthony's gonna be there for Shayla when the truth comes out. Amon is not good for Shayla. And okay, on that note with Amon and Shayla, Amon is Shayla's karma, and I do believe she's he's her learning karma because of what she did to Amber. When I write things in people's other commentary things, and I be acting like Dante was on here earlier. I'll be writing on his, and I'll be like, well, if it doesn't go the way that you think it, how are you feel? Because a lot of people feel like, oh, they want this to happen to Shayla. She got to get it bad. Sometimes karma don't work that way, and to me, I think that I don't think Shayla's karma, because they allowing her to go through karma consistently since she being found out, since Amber and Anthony done got back together. I don't think it's gonna hit the way everybody's thinking it's gonna hit. I personally do not. Clarence, oh, okay, Carrie. I don't think it's going to hit the way they think it's going to hit. That's why Shayla's picking up on the fact that maybe he's cheating on her and stuff like that. Now she don't know it's with Deliciaga, but she has a feeling and an inkling where Amber did not. It really blew Amber's mind that Anthony actually cheated on her. So to have that shock and awe is going to be totally different and hit different when it comes to Shayla. Because Shayla's picking up on, although she don't have concrete evidence, of the cheating, she's picking up on a lot of stuff. And even when he had said, he mentioned Deliciago, in their conversation, and she was like, "Who is that?" And she was like, "Who are you talking about?" Shayla is picking up on his vibe. She knows something is up because she's attentive to her man, so she knows that she don't know the exact what's going on, but she's aware something is going on. As with Amber, she was blindsided. She didn't know nothing. Okay, I mean, she was like, and then it's my friend. So it's not going to hit the same. So that's why when I go into other commentary comments, and I be saying, well, how are you gonna really feel when this thing come out? I think a lot of people, because of their hatred towards the character, they will really want to see her hurt. But she's already asked for forgiveness. You know, she already, even whether or not you feel like it's fake or not, we don't know if Amber's stuff was real or not. You know what I'm saying? She asked for it, so you got to take it for what it is, and then just look at the skits for what they're giving you. I personally, I don't feel she's going to. The effect of her karma is not going to be what everybody's thinking it's going to be. Miss SkitLanta, I was talking to my friend Carrie. We be talking every day. Okay. Yeah, she explained it to me. When he was like my bad friend, I was like, what you saying my bad for? Ain't nothing to be my Yeah, I just don't think that's going to hit off like everybody's thinking. I think she's gonna be hurt. I think it's going to get to her, but it's not going to be the same karma that y'all thinking she should get. I don't see it. Um, and of course, once she find out that her so-called best friend who live in, and that's the part that pisses me off. Get out of this woman home. Get out of Shayla's house. If you're going to do this, you don't need to be in there. Yes, you can, Lindsay Lloyd. How you doing? Welcome to the live. Hey, get out of this lady house. You don't need to be in Shayla's house, sleeping with her man and doing all this other stuff. And personally, I just don't feel Delicia have it the way Delicia claims to have it. I just don't feel that she has it like that. I think she has a business. I don't think the business is as successful as she's making it out to be, because the only client we really see Delicia have is Armand. And who gave her that client? Shayla did. Right. She should have been gone. So I'm not impressed with Delicia. That's why I said she's a tramp. She's a TRAMP. Tramp. What you call her? she is what it is. She's just like that goddamn Lauren. Lauren too, the only one of their friends that I feel has any sense of decency, and that's because life taught her when she tried to mess with Ben, is Abigail. I think, and that's because she don't went through it. But she used to be like them too. When this comes out, Delicia will be wrong. Right. And remember, I told y'all before, I think that's what Delicia's whole purpose was. I think Delicia was put on these skits to transfer that negative energy from Shayla to Delicia, and then they removed Delicia out of the storyline. Because if you truly think about it, if Iman and Shayla get exposed, there will be no reason for Iman and Delicia to be here to stick around. I mean, what is their storyline outside of Shayla? They don't have one. That's it. So I honestly think that once it comes out, they're trying to transfer that negative, the transfer of energy. They're trying to transfer that negative energy from Shayla because so many people are attacking not just her character, they're actually attacking her as a person. Like they're looking at Shayla like this is really who she is. I can't stand her. I mean, this woman has had threats. She keep doing. I watched multiple podcast where she has talked about how the fans are trying to and the viewers are going at her trying to make it seem like she's like that. And I once again I'm going to tell y'all, I honestly think the characters are playing people who are total opposite of who they are in real life. Shayla is actually a hustler. Shayla is actually a go-getter. She's one a person has, and if you think about it, she's even doing it now because Kai is her child. She has her Kai on her child on set 24/7, as most of them don't, other than Wayne. Other than Wayne and Shayla, the rest of them have a break from their real families. Shayla family is right on set. So this woman is a hustler even with inside the skits where everybody's in here saying she ain't doing anything. She's actually working her behind off. Like this woman, if you watch, do you read my comment? I get unnoticed in other lives. Oh no, I read your comments. I read everybody comments. I seen the black girl magic. Yeah, I read everybody's comments. That's why when I be talking, you'll see me stop and I'll respond to whatever someone's saying, and I'll try to hopefully get back to where I was because sometimes my mind will go to one, especially based off of whatever someone's saying. I can go off in la la land somewhere. Um, Anthony and Shayla is going to be together for a long time. I I know he cares for her. I'm just trying to see. Okay, because even when it comes down, that's why they're this is why they're so geared into this restaurant deal because they're trying to pull Anthony and Amber's character outside of Shayla because it's like Shayla lives rent free in Amber head. I have always said this. Like it's not seems like she is. Like outside of talking about Shayla and Kai and their affair, they seem like the Daltons seem like they ain't got nothing really going on. Okay, so this is why I think they are trying to push this whole beef with Shayna and Amber to try to pull a different storyline when it comes to Amber being a Dalton. Because really, I honestly think when Amber gets a divorce, Anthony still has a storyline because Anthony is intertwined with Dalen. He's intertwined. Now they don't bought in Ben, but Ben can go too if he ripping off for his money. He can disappear as well. But he's with Ben. He's with Dalen. He's with Chase. So they got he's with Rolanda. They got him going through running through everybody's storyline, right? Shayla, they got her running through everybody's storyline. Y'all was wondering why they trying to, force all these friendships with Shayla because she has spin-off stories with everybody, right? So if you think about it like that, where's the spin-off for Deliciago? Where's the spin-off with Iman? The only now where I can see them pulling Iman into a different area, even if it falls apart with Delicia and Shayla, is Rome. So that's why Rome and Perry's story is so important. But where's Deliciago gonna go? Amon is really holding on by strings. His storyline is really holding by, even though it's good right now because they haven't got exposed. But once they're exposed, where's that story gonna go? Okay, so like I said, I think They brought her on there to transfer their energy off of Shayla because people were just going so hard on that woman. Oh no, you're not annoying. Okay, so we're talking about this live is about loving war with the country Wayne skits. Because you know my SkitLanta, I talk about country wings. I do country wing review. I also do other stuff, and y'all are gonna start seeing other stuff that I be talking about on my again on my platform as well. Because I want to get into that whole. Y'all know the government shutting down tomorrow. I'm gonna make a video about that and post that later about the government shutdown. Um, and just some other stuff that may happen in these YouTube streets that I have dibbled and dabbled on that I want to talk on, which I'm gonna mention at the end of this video here. I wanted to give a shout out to someone. Because I was on there live talking to them in the chats, and they sort of messed up my name a little bit, and she thought someone one of her people was saying something negative to me, and I was like, no, she's just saying my name, and she read my name wrong, but that goes to show you she really, because I don't wrote her on, you know, her other half page, and so you know she should know me from there, but I didn't know Kai was her real child. That's awesome. Yes, Kai is her real child. BRWLG. So this woman literally is working. Y'all say she ain't working, but she is working while she's working. She's being a mother to her child on the set, and Kai, our nephew, is on on these skits quite often. We literally watch that young man grow up, young child saying young man, he will be a young man. We have literally watched this baby grow before our eyes. And so she's working while she's working. On top of, she does other stuff as well. And I think they're going to, eventually, once they redeem her character, they're going to show more of who Shayla really is as a person. I think we just got to get past this whole and she's a God-fearing woman too. By the way, this woman has some high standards for real in real life. So she's not who everybody portrays. She's not who she portrays on these skits. It's just that Shayla is one heck of an act. She's a one heck of an actor. Bravo to her, because baby girl, you played your part. You played your part on here. Okay. And Amber too. It's just that I think, to me, it's like they made Amber into a god. Basically, it's like they made her into a god, and it got a little ridiculous when it came to her character on here. Instead of just, I could feel sorry for her character. I could, sympathize with her character. But when y'all start putting people on a pedestal, that, to me, that just, and then they whole attitude change. I mean, the blonde, she done brought back the blonde long wig. She liking her Mary J. Blige. I don't know. It's just her whole demeanor done changed now that she got her husband back. So, where she thinks she got her husband back, but he around here hiding money for her and still lying and thinking about his baby mama. Just like Deliciago when she feel yet. Remember, everything happened in threes. When Deliciago thought she thinking she got her mom back, but really he just playing both of them. Now she back on her hot horse. I just don't like putting people on a pedestal, you know. Will you tell Clarence that Delicia is a gold? Yes, Delicia is a gold digger. David, she is a gold. What they say, the Gold Digger Association, baby, she is one of their number one members. Yes, she is. Shayla's character too. She's a gold digger. I think Shayla's trying to get out of being a gold digger. I think she really is trying to flip over. Because that's why I said with Armand, I think Armand is her karma, but I also think Armand is her lesson to make her into a better person. And I think that's what's going to happen to her once all this comes out. It is going to change her for the better. And then they're going to be able to reverse her character into more like who she really is. Yeah, Amber, and that's what I was saying about, it's like they done made her into a god, and now her attitude, it just, transpired in her character as holier than thou. Like, she don't even be realistic with her character anymore. Like, you could be a godly woman but not be so foolish, and it's like she has no wisdom when it comes, and no discernment whatsoever. When do you see Amber's, where do I see Amber's character going? Um I think, to be honest with you, I think Amber's character is going to end up like Angelina. I really do. I think because she's going through too much. She ain't really catching a break. I do agree with that. It's like she keep having stuff happen to her, and just like Angelina, I think Angelina was a good wife because she stayed faithful to her husband. I think she became who she is because of the constant cheating that her husband did, and now that she's with Diesel, the real Angelina is coming out. This is who she used to be. He's bringing that person back out of her. Although, she's still a married woman, and I'm not condoning a married woman being with another man. But her husband has not really loved her because he keeps cheating. He can't, her husband have a fetish with cheating. He's done it their whole marriage. And so, where I see Amber going, I see Amber turning into Angelina. And it's almost like they're going to use Amber to show you how Angelina got to how she is now because of everything that keep happening to Amber. She's slowly transforming herself into that. Like, even when it comes down to the restaurant thing, I know people are saying, they bought the restaurant and they're the owners, but in their contract, they wrote certain things that they just wasn't going to do. They were going to keep her as a Shayna as a part of the restaurant. That whole taking her grandmother's picture down when all the recipes are based on her grandmother and putting her mother up. I think Amber should have put her mother up, just like John suggested. Put both of them up there, because even when she was trying to justify, I know you're not going to take my dead mother's picture down, but you took her grandmother's picture down, regardless if it's a drawing or not. It's showing. You can almost see her whole inner core changing because of everything she's going through. Okay? And so I don't see her character going for the good because they already gave you the good. They gave you the good Amber by forgiving Anthony and taking her back. They gave you the good Amber by forgiving Shayla. They haven't gave you the bad Amber, the one who don't give a Amber. But because of everything that's happening to her and everything she's having to endure, and mainly her fault because she ain't being honest that she really don't want to do it, she's allowing circumstances to change who she is inside. Even though her mouth is saying she's a godly Christian woman, what's in her heart is coming out by her actions, and it's just the little subtle things that she do. And far as the Shayna lady, I honestly think Shayna is doing Amber. Can you make it okay? We're gonna be respectful in here, or we're gonna get out. I think she's doing that because she is blaming Amber for her husband undermining Rolanda, because Rolanda was her friend, to get that restaurant for Amber. And so this is where the back and forth. Okay, let me see, because I don't have my mods in here. Yeah. This is why the back and forth is going between this is why the back and forth is going between Shayna and Amber, because Shayna is pissed off at Amber because Anthony did this for her. And that's why they got the constant odd back and forth between them. But I think they're getting ready to show you a side of Amber that Detroit end of Amber, even though the girl can't fight. That's why she was trying to take the fighting classes, because she don't know how to fight. I think she's about to be nasty. We about to see how Angelina turned into Angelina through Amber. That's where I think they're going with the character. That's my personal opinion on that. Because like even though I can't stand the fan base, the Amber fan, they be working my nerves a little bit. But I think they're getting ready to see a side of her it's gonna break their heart. They probably gonna be talking about Amber here in a minute, because I think that's where they're going with her character. Okay, so I don't know how much of battery life I have on here. I think I had a little over half when I started this, so I can't stay on too much longer. Do you think Anthony will lose his money? Definitely. I think he's going to lose his money. Definitely. I made a video about who was Darren. I think Darren is the one who bought the amphitheater, and I think Ben is going to double cross Anthony when it comes to the rest of his money that he's holding, and he's going to screw him over on the amphitheater. But before I run out of battery, I want to make sure I give a shout out to my girl Hannah Diaries. She was the one that I was on her live, and I was in her comment section. She was saying, people join the link. I didn't join her link. I just wanted to sit back and listen. But I want y'all to go over and support my girl Hannah. She's a young, inspired YouTuber who is not new to this platform, but she kind of blew up because of her soon-to-be ex-husband. I don't even want to say the man's name. But he got a lot of stuff going on. Keep her in y'all prayers. Hannah, you keep doing what you're doing. I enjoyed the live. I love what you're doing with your channel. Let God order your steps, and keep your head up, sweetie. Because I saw a video where she almost broke down because of the stuff that's going on these YouTube streets. Keep your head up. The devil can use anybody. Don't let him get to you. And this is SkitLanta, not the other word, but SkitLanta is my name. Who is saying this to you? And I think I will make a video for her to reach out to her, because, like I said, I'm always on her thing. I'm sitting back, just listening to her saying I enjoy the songs that she does, and I like where she's taking her channel. So y'all go out and y'all support Hannah Diaries. I am going to do an update with that because I want to say something to all the viewers that are out there making these crazy behind videos with this girl. All that, okay, yeah. Let's keep it sweet. Thank you. But I don't like I said, I don't know how much battery I have, but I just wanted to shout out to Hannah, shout out to Dante Review. Thank you for stopping by on my channel. To O'Neil, to Noni sis, girl, do your thing on your channel. Welcome to the you ain't new to the skits, but welcome to the commentary for Wayne's World. And thank y'all so much for y'all love and support. Don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And as always, be your brothers and your sisters keeper. Keep God first. And toodles.